Hi everyone, it's your presenter of one of the English lessons on grammar. Once again, I am Mr. Jawara, or commonly known as Ablai Jawara. I'm here today for us to have a continuation of our grammar lessons from where we stopped last time. You remember you were given a homework to look at. That is giving the present participle form of the following verbs. Okay? Come, die, tie, lie, skip, and spit were the words. So that's the correction on the board on your screen. Okay. Come becomes coming, die becomes dying, tie becomes tying, lie becomes lying, skip, skipping, spit, spitting. Something fundamental here in this homework is some of the points that we learned in the last lesson. That is the rules that we apply when we want to form the present participle of the verb. When a verb ends with a silent E, we said we drop the E and add ing, like come, die. When a verb ends with IE, we said we drop this IE and replace it with Y and add ing. Likewise, tie becomes tying, lie becomes lying, skip is another verb that doubles the last letter, becomes skipping. The P is doubled. Spit belongs to that category as well, becomes spitting. So that was the homework. Well done for those of you who did it. Today we will look at a fairly new topic, still on the tenses. Our last lesson we looked at present continuous tense. We looked at the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. Today we want to look at another one, past continuous tense. Something very similar with these two. The only difference is the present and the past. And those differences make the whole thing different. Okay? Now let's have a review of the present continuous tense we had. We learned in our last lesson that the present continuous tense is used for an action that is still going on. Okay? It is formed by putting two parts of the verb. The first part becomes the present form of the verb to be. The verb to be comprises, the present form comprises am, is, and are. So that we can have I am, he or she or it takes is. You takes are. We also takes are. The plurals all take are. You, whether singular or plural, takes are. They also takes are. They are, we are, you are. I am, he is, she is, it is. Okay? So the first part of the present continuous tense is the verb to be, the present form of the verb to be. The second part is the form that ends in ing. For example, I am writing. I am writing on the board. Okay. She is sitting in the house. Okay. You are learning grammar. For example, we are looking or watching a program on TV on English language. They are discussing, or they are, let's say, watching television. So this is the part of the verb that has ing, okay, plus the other part comprising the present form of the verb to be. Okay? We are having an English lesson now. This is present continuous tense. For example, I am writing. If you want to transfer this sentence or change this into the past continuous form, it is only the present form of the verb to be that changes. As simple as that. So, am becomes I was writing. I am writing on the board now. Yesterday at the same time, I was writing on the board. Okay? This time yesterday, we were having English lesson. We are having English lesson now. This time yesterday, we were having an English lesson. So, we are looking becomes, for example, we were looking. We were looking. Okay? The past continuous tense is used to express an action, okay, that was going on or continuing in the past. Just like the present continuous expresses an action that is going on now. The past continuous expresses an action that was continuing in the past, that was going on. Okay? How do we form it? To form the past continuous tense, we use the past tense of the verb to be with the present participle, just like in the present continuous tense. But here, we use the past form of the verb to be instead of the present form. Look at the following examples. Okay? We have singular sentences. We have plural sentences. I is singular. I was going. So the verb to be would become was. We were, plural. Myself plus another person, we will call ourselves we. We cannot say we was. Okay? We will say we were. Okay? We were going to school. He was going. More than one, we say they were going. was becomes were in the plural. She was going becomes they were going. It was going, they were going in the plural. You were going becomes you were going. Because you, whether plural or singular, is you. You as an individual, I will refer to you as you. When you are still more than one person, you are still you as a group. When do we use the past continuous tense? Most of the times. Most of the times we use the past continuous tense to show that an action was going on, continuing at a time when something else happened. The action that happened when something was going on continuously is normally in the past. That's the logic. So you have a combination of two things going on. One going on and one that happened as a past. For example, as I was coming home this afternoon, a car knocked down a little boy. The action of knocking down the little boy is in the simple past tense. The action that was in continuous form, that was going on, but still in the past, is the other action. Okay? Your action of coming from somewhere. Okay? The teacher was giving us a lesson when a madman walked into the classroom. Very interesting. Okay? The teacher was teaching, and this teaching, giving of the lesson, like I am doing, was on, maybe yesterday. But as the teacher was busy on the board doing that, this madman ran into our classroom. The action of the madman is in the past. But the action of the teacher was also in the past, but going on. So you see, so normally this is how we use the past continuous tense. Not in all cases, but in most cases, in writing, in speaking, sometimes it happens this way. Another example, while we were having lunch, our father arrived in his car. We were having lunch, benachin, super kanja, or whatever, and then the father arrived at the gate with the car. But the lunch was going on. The having of the lunch, the eating was going on. The arrival of the father became past tense. We were still going to school when the COVID-19 pandemic started. The time this problem of coronavirus started, schools were on. We were going to school. Okay? While the old man was entering the supermarket, the thief picked his pocket. That's a very common thing. At car parks, when people are struggling to board vehicles, there are some other people who struggle to get what you have in your pocket. So this old man was entering the supermarket, and there was a thief around, maybe studying him, and picked his pocket. So the picking of the pocket happened in the past. Okay? The entering of the supermarket was still going on at that time. Let's have a few exercises. Change the following from simple present tense to past continuous tense. We listen to the radio, simple present tense. We listen to the radio every time, every day, every evening. Change it to the simple past continuous tense. You make a lot of mistakes in your work. You make a lot of mistakes in your work. The farmer works in the field. The prefect rings the bell, the school prefect. At our schools, we have prefects. He looks at the pictures on the wall. The workman paints the house. They play football with their friends. Change them to past continuous tense. 1 minute allowance, so you think about them. The first question, we listen to the radio. You make a lot of mistakes in your work. The farmer works in the field. The prefect rings the bell. He looks at the pictures on the wall. The workman paints the house. They play football with their friends. Okay, let's look at the corrections. We listen to the music. We were listening to the music. You make a lot of mistakes in your work. Becomes you are making a lot of mistakes in your work. The farmer works in the field. It becomes the farmer was working in the field. The prefect rings the bell. Becomes the prefect was ringing the bell. He looks at the pictures on the wall. Becomes he was looking at the pictures on the wall. The workman paints the house. Becomes the workman was painting the house. They were playing with their friends. They play with their friends because they were playing with their friends. Another exercise. Here again, you put the verbs in brackets into the past continuous tense. In the sentence, you have a verb in brackets that should be turned into past continuous tense. You must add something because we already learned how to form the past continuous tense. Jabu got off the car while it, in bracket you have move. These sentences are wrong and you need to correct them by writing the correct form of the one in the bracket. It, you have rain in bracket while we went out. I, you have pray in bracket when he came into the room. I came into the room when Fanta, you have pray in bracket. Jata, walk in bracket all day yesterday. Let's go back to the instructions. Put the verb in brackets into the past continuous tense. Okay. Jabu got off the car while it, and then in bracket you have move. Okay. The one in the bracket should be in the past continuous form. It, in bracket, rain while we went out. Rain in bracket should change to past continuous form. I, pray in bracket, should change to past continuous form. I came into the room when Fanta, you also have pray again in bracket. That should change to past continuous form. Jata, work in bracket, should change to past continuous form. Okay. Now let's look at the corrections together. Jabu got off the car while it was moving. It was raining while we went out. Rain in bracket becomes was raining. You have the past form of the verb to be was, and then the participle form of rain, ing. I was praying. Pray in bracket now becomes was praying when he came into the room. I came into the room when Fanta was praying. Jata was working all day yesterday. We learned in the previous lesson that forming the present continuous form, we use the present form of the verb to be plus the present participle. To form the past continuous form of the verb, we use the past form of the verb to be plus the present participle, that is the verb part that ends in ing. The past form of the verb to be are was, were. From the verb to be is, am, and are. Okay? So we use either was or were. Okay? I was going, we were going, he was going, they were going, she was going, they were going, it was going, they were going, you were going, you were going. That is singular. When it is singular, we say was. When it is plural, we say were. Now, normally, sometimes when we use the past continuous tense, it means there was an action going on in the past, and at the same time, something else happened. We realize that the second action that happened found another action going on. So the one that was going on without stopping at the point of the time of the second action takes the form of the past continuous form. And then the second action becomes simple past tense. For example, the teacher was giving us a lesson when a madman walked into the classroom. As I was coming home this afternoon, a car knocked down a little boy. Before the car knocked down the little boy, I was already in that action of coming home, which I started maybe from school and then going home on the road. I have not reached where I'm going or where I was going, but I have already departed from where I was coming from. So I'm in the middle and the action was in progress. The action was going on. So it was in the past, but happening, and then something else happened in addition. That is the car knocking the boy down. So that action becomes simple past, and the other one that was going on before becomes the past continuous form. These are the exercises you need to do at home. Put in the correct past tense of the verbs in these sentences, the correct one. Okay? When we say past tense, we're talking about past continuous tense and the simple past tense. You have sing in bracket, a song when the teacher in bracket come into the room. So you have sing and come. One should be in the past continuous form and the other in the simple past form. The man, you have in bracket, fall down as he, in bracket, run for the bus. The third one, when the phone, you have in bracket, ring. You have in bracket, walk in the garden. One in the past continuous form and the other in the simple past form. So once again, thank you for your attention. Wish you a good day. Thank you.